everyone, welcome to Rise and Shine for yet another week. Hopefully you are all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you are watching this video. Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm going to be leading you through a nice, easy, relaxing practice today. So I normally say get into whatever position suits you best and stay there and go through your centering and all that fun, exciting stuff. Today I'm going to have you do a cross-legged position. I'm going to be sitting on my handy-dandy yoga block. If you want to stick something underneath your hips to lift them up, by all means please do so, but it is not mandatory at all. We're going to stay here for a little bit of time, and today we're really going to focus on our lovely, wonderful hips. So most people I know have tight hips. I know I have tight hips. So maybe you have tight hips too. So we're gonna do about a minute in a couple different postures, just here hanging out, chilling. So first we're just gonna go into just a simple cross-legged position. We're gonna hold this for about a minute and just kind of keep our hands on our thighs. They can be palm up, palm down, whatever is better for you today. Some people see that palms up is more of a receiving posture and hands down is more of a grounding posture. If that, you may find truth in that. You may not, totally your call. And just find whatever position works well for you. So we're going to be here for about 1 minute. You can close your eyes if you want. You can kind of slowly gaze at the floor. And you can still use this time here to form an intention for class. If you do that, you can kind of just go through and turn off extra brain power that we don't need for this class. As much as reports and projects are important, we don't need them right now. We're going to switch whatever leg is in front. Make any adjustments that you need. And then settle back in again. Now we're going to transition to have the bottoms of our feet to touch and our knees out to the side. Basically, we're just letting gravity do the work. Nice and easy. We want to try to have our back as flat as possible. Nice and tall. We have 2 more poses here in the seated position. Let's put 1 leg in front and 1 leg behind. So we're doing that crisscross, but we're not actually crisscrossing. Our legs are here. So my hips are a little higher, so you can physically see them a little bit better. But if you're not propped up on something, obviously you won't be able to be as high, which I think you understand. I want to make sure I wear bright red today so you can see my legs, and they pop against this dark background anyway, because I am pale. But going out in the sun is great, wonderful, sunscreen all the time. Don't mess around with skin cancer. Don't mess around with sunburns. I got sunburned once in my life and I thought never again because it hurt so bad. Alright, and then let's switch out other side. Today we want to worry about and focus on breathing into the hips, and that sounds odd, I totally understand. By breathing into the hips, I just want you to really focus on that area and really try to release as much as possible. So I know sometimes you'll tend to hold tension in a body part. You just won't realize it because you either hold it there all the time or you feel like you're supporting yourself, that body part with that tension as a benefit. So I want you to really focus on like sending your breath and your relaxation energy to those body parts and trying to release as much tension in those areas as possible. Okay, so let's bring those knees in. And we're gonna transition to a happy baby. So we're gonna lay on our back. And we're going to grab our big toes, or we can grab the inner arches of our feet, or we can grab even our shins or our ankles, whatever feels good. And we're gonna go and kind of play here. So we're gonna take one leg at a time and stretch it out. And then go to the other side and stretch it out. And if you want to do both at the same time, that's fine. You're gonna do what feels good to you. Really push that back into the floor. And play here for about a minute. And you may find that you need to fix your grabbing position. That's totally fine. You can also grab the outsides of the feet too, or the inside, whatever you want. Your practice. Couple more breaths here. And then we're going to slowly release and bring those knees in and just rock side to side. Pick a side and drop those knees, hands on our hips, and we're just going to look in the same direction first. And let's turn that head. Turn that head back if you need to help. Push those legs to the other side. And look the same way first. And then look the other way. Come back to the starting position. Bring those knees in. And then bring those knees out to the side, just like we were doing when we were seated. Take the hands to the outside of the hips, bring them in. Cross one leg over, and we're just going to work that ankle. And then you can hold it still. Bring those hands behind the head. We're going to do 10 crunches here. I would like you to take this knee, my knee's kind of creeping up a little bit. I want you to bring it as parallel to this wall behind us, so instead of popping up here, I want it to be down. You can pop up a little bit, but I don't want it to be here. And we're gonna flex that foot. We're gonna do 10 crunches here. Nice and easy and controlled. You ready? Lift up for 1. 2, make sure the shoulder blades are coming up off the ground and the movement is coming from your core. You're not holding with those arms. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's continue crossing that leg over. You can relax that foot. And we're gonna drop that knee to the side. My hands are gonna go overhead. They can either be holding each other, they can do a field goal type of position, or any other position that feels comfortable to you, but they are overhead. And I'm just kind of looking off into the distance, enjoying this nice little spinal twist. Hands down, and let's switch over to the opposite foot. Okay, so first we're going to move around that ankle. Alright, then I'm going to make sure that knee is off the side instead of pushed up, and I'm going to be active in this foot. And we're going to do our 10 crunches on this side. So our hands are going to go behind, and the same as the other, nice, slow, and you're in control the whole time. Let's come up for 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot all the way across those knees. Release those hands from behind your head and bring them up top, and then drop those knees to one side. Back up. Let's release that leg. We're going to roll all the way to one side. And we're going to use that top arm to push ourselves up into this nice little mermaid-esque position. Remember that top arm up and over. And come down and onto our forearm. Up and over. And down. And we're going to switch sides. Let's come up and over. And down. Onto that forearm. Up and over. And come down. Let's transition to all fours. And this is a great time if you want to do some cat-cow play. So I'm on all fours. And I can do my cat and my cow. Or if you don't want to do cat-cow, maybe you wiggle that tail back and forth. You do some forwards and backs. You can play around. I'm just guiding you through a suggested routine. As I said before, if you need that 45 minutes to yourselves, you can tell your family or coworkers, hey, I'm gonna go take a yoga class. You can put this routine on and you can meditate for the full 45 minutes. You don't have to do any posture poses. If that's what your body needs, that's what your body needs. I'll give you a couple more seconds left to play. And then when you are ready, we're all gonna meet in downward dog. Stretch out those calves. Bend those knees generously. This should feel wonderful and good. You should not ever be sad to go into downward dog. And if you are, we need to fix that by adjusting something. Hands drop, those knees. Let's come back a little bit, and we're gonna take side A, whatever side A is for you today. Bring that leg in front. So I would like hip to be in line with foot and hip to be in line with foot. So we're not going off in any sort of weird, interesting angles right now. So I would like you to make your feet about hip width. And all we're gonna do is just lean forward. Stretch out the hip flexor. Your other hands can be wherever they need to be. They can be on your body for support. They can be on your hips. You want to put them up in the air. And let's lean back a little bit. We're going to go again 2 more times. Maybe we can get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Maybe not, but maybe we can. I still want to be able to see my toes though on this front foot, so I don't want to be, see how my knee and ankle are kind of at a line here. I don't want to push that so far forward that I'm doing anything uncomfortable or painful. Back and relax. I'm going to do one more. Back through center and go right into the other side. So same thing, we're making sure that everything is aligned. Maybe that's gonna be wherever they want to be. Let's lean forward. And lean back. Let's lean forward again. Do one more. Can we go a little bit deeper? Maybe, maybe not. And come on back. Beautiful. Let's go back through tabletop. Give a little shake of the hips, left to right. I'll hold it one way. And hold it another way. And back to the center. And lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Hands right underneath the chin. And bend those knees and just windshield wiper them. Back and forth. Pick a position and hold. Other side, hold. Back to the middle, lift one knee, bring it down. Lift the other knee, bring it down. Two more individual. And now you can stay with the individual, or you can do both at the same time. Lift those knees, drop them down. Lift those knees, drop them down. This is a very small range of motion here. do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Drop those legs. Take 3 breaths. Bring that forehead all the way down to the ground. Lift that head up, bring those hands to the shoulders, and push yourselves up. Back to tabletop. Take a side and lift that leg up behind you. Bring that knee in, and bring the knee to about 9 o'clock and the foot to about 3 o'clock. We're not going to go into a full pigeon here. We're just going to do this upright pigeon. So I'm going to turn this way for a second just to show you where I'm at. I look like this. So I'm just up. I'm just going to turn face one way. I'm going to turn face the other way. Back to the center and just look down. And then look right ahead, nice neutral gaze just towards the floor. All right, let's tuck those back toes under. Lift yourself back up. And we're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to lift that leg up behind. I'm going to bring that knee in. And I'm going to position to the best of my ability my knee and foot in a nice straight line of that way. And then we're staying up nice and tall. Let's look along the way. Through the center and the other way. And through the center and look down. And then just look straight ahead. Nice soft gaze. Tuck those back toes under and come back through tabletop, and then just have seat on your heels. Take the pressure off those wrists for a second. Grab some fluid if you'd like. How are we feeling so far? Doing okay? Alright, I'm just gonna wiggle those hips a little side to side because I can, because it feels good. Alright, so when you're ready, come back onto all fours. And let's pick a foot, pop it in front. And I'm just gonna wiggle that foot to the outside of the mat. I'm gonna take my hands and bring them on the inside of that foot. And I'm going to lean forward here. Taking big deep breaths. And I'm just looking just down to the ground, nice and soft. If you'd rather be on your fist here, that's totally fine. Let's come back, bring that leg behind, and let's go the other way. Bring that foot in front, wiggle it towards the edge of the mat, other hands on the inside, I'm leaning on it. Back, release the leg, and let's swing those legs around. Hamstring stretch. We've done a lot of hip stuff. Let's give some love to the hamstring too. So one leg in, one leg out. I'm gonna twist, so my body is towards that straight leg, and I'm gonna walk my hands down that leg as far as it will go. If it goes here, that's fine. If you need to put a yoga block on the outside of this foot so you can reach even longer, that's fine. Back, rotate towards this bent knee, and lean forward, keeping the hips on the ground. A little counter stretch. Come on, back, just the first side, the straight leg side, and walking back down. Come on up. Now I'm going to face towards the middle, right here in the middle. I'm going to take, this is my right foot, I'm going to take my right hand, just pop it on top, and then take this left hand and come up and over. Side body stretch. And come up, and we're going to twist. Little straight leg seated twist. Back to the center. And you know what to do. Let's switch out to the other side. One leg out, one leg in. Make the adjustments that you need to do. Twist towards that straight leg. Walk those hands down. Remember, we're breathing into those body parts. So can we breathe in to this hip and this pelvis and see if we can release a little bit? Maybe we can, maybe we can't. But just something to think about. Let's come on up. Let's pivot. Walk it down to the side. Remember, hips stay on the ground, both sides. Switch back, straight leg, walk down. Come up, twist towards the center. This is my left leg, so my left hand goes down, my right arm comes up and over. Release, and let's rotate. gonna do a couple minutes of standing. So if you wanna grab some water, this is a perfect time, and then we're gonna transition to standing, however it is comfortable for you to do so. I'm just gonna roll onto one side, tuck my knees under, lean forward, tuck my toes under, and come up. That's how I'm coming up today. How are you coming up today? May I get any clothing adjustments that you need to do? We have a few more minutes left, so we will, before we start cooling it down, we have about another 15 minutes left total. So we're going to, once you're ready, come up and point those toes to the outside of the mat. Not crazy wide, but wide enough. And we're just gonna lean forward as far as we can go. And come on up. Turn this way so you can see. Lean forward flat. And coming up, I'm feeling this on the backs of my legs. I'm moving slow and I'm controlling everything. And I'm going as far as I feel comfortable going. I'm gonna do 2 more. Alright, let's bring those feet in a tiny little bit. And all I'm going to do is turn my arms up. And we're just going to slide forward to the center, slide back to the center. And come back. Now we're going to, when we slide forward, we're going to bring those arms up and down. So we're going to go forward, back, and back. So just adding a little clappy action to those hands. Otherwise, you can keep them here. That's really fine. Leaning forward, flat, center. Two more. Forward, back, forward, and back. Drop those hands, shake them out. All right, let's bring those feet nice and wide again. This time we're gonna lean forward, drop the shoulder, come back in, and come back up, and then do the same thing on the other side. All right, so lean forward, drop a shoulder, come back, and up. Down, drop a shoulder, and up. Keep going here at your own pace. I would like you to equal out your sides and then stand back up again. Heel toe those feet in. I want you to stay standing. I'm going to come kneeling so I have to stay in here a little bit better. We're going to do eagle arms. So most likely a chance to relax. Let's bring those arms in front. Let's just do a little movement around of the wrists. All right, we're going to cross over first. Now, my left arm happens to be on top, so I'm just going to pull in. So I'm stretching that. So this is what's happening here. So I'm using the other hand to kind of pull in. I'm feeling a nice stretch on my forearm. I'm going to release. I'm going to switch my grip, and then we'll do the other side. So this top arm, stretching on here. Release. Shake it out. All right, bring those arms in front. Take the right arm underneath the left. Cross it. My palms can be facing or not. Once I decide what I'm going to do, then I'm going to lift those elbows up. I'm going to release. Shake it out. arms up. Other arm, left arm underneath. Decide where your hands are going to be. And then lift up. And release. Shake it out. We're going to do that one more time each side. Arms up. Side A under B. Maybe you flip your hands the other side this time. And then lift. And release. Shake it out. Arms up. Other side. And lift. And release. Beautiful. So we're still standing. Come to a nice mountain pose. Your feet can be a little farther apart, so they're right underneath your hips if you want, or they can be a little closer together. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see. I'm going to take my weight and put it in one leg, and I'm going to just take the other leg and just swing it forward and back. My hands are still. The rest of my body is still. Bring that leg in front, and I'm going to do some circles with that ankle again. Working on balance. And I'm going to switch direction. And bring that leg behind us. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Come back to mountain. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, so I'm just going to turn around. You can stay where you are. Here in mountain. The weight is on one leg, the other leg is going to swing forward and back. Bring that leg in front, and I'm going to do some ankle circles. I'm going to switch direction. And bring that leg in back. And I'm going to hold. Release and come back into mountain one more time. Turn those arms all the way up and then straight down the body. Up, straight down, 2 more. Up, straight down. Up, straight down. Now let's go up and around. Up and around. Up and around. One more. Up and around. Shake out the shoulders, do a little movement. Let's do some noodle arms. All that means is you're going to make your arms literally loose as spaghetti noodles, and you're just going to swing them forwards and back, and these arms literally have nothing in them. They're just moving around because your body is twisting. I find this is great. Just nice releasing. I'm stressed out. I've been on my computer for too long. My hands hurt, my fingers hurt. It just kind of, in my head, just kind of refreshes a little bit. All right, so we're gonna slow it down. And we're gonna make our way back down to the ground. How I'm gonna go back down to the ground, you're gonna do something different, totally fine. I'm gonna have my feet pointed out, and I'm gonna do a little squat. I'm just gonna keep squatting all the way down, and when I need to put my hands in front or behind to support me, that's totally fine. And then I'm gonna just all the way down. Same, if you wanna do something different, not a problem. If you need to go up on your toes, not a problem. When I feel like I can touch the ground, I'm going to do so. I'm gonna bring those hands behind, and I'm gonna come all the way down, and I'm gonna bring those feet in. Awesome, great, wonderful. Let's just swing those knees a little side to side. And we're gonna get ready for our Shavasana for today. We're gonna be here for 3 minutes. So make yourself as comfortable as possible. Bring those legs out. Relax those feet to each side. Tuck those shoulder blades under. And if this is the time that you need to put on socks or a sweatshirt or anything like that, do so. And I know this is the part of the class that I always skip if I'm really stressed and have things to do, but it's never a good idea. Let's start wiggling our fingers and toes, and if you want to stay here, please do. I'm going to bring one knee in, bring the other knee in, give a big hug, and bring my head up. Make myself into a big ball. I'm going to grab behind the thighs, and I'm going to roll a little forward and back, massaging that spine. And then my next roll, I'm going to roll up seated. And I'm going to give myself a big hug. I'm going to look down. I'm going to come up. I'm going to turn to one side with my head. Back to the center. And turn the other way. To the center. Alright, that is all I have for you today. I hope you had fun, got a little stress relief, and please remember if there's anything that you would like to see in these classes, I'm more than happy to take suggestions. I'm always looking for fun, exciting things to do. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you later. Oh, also remember that on Tuesdays at 12:15, I will be leading a half-hour express yoga class, and those will be live, but they will also be recorded as well. So if you don't get a chance to see it live, you can grab it on the back end. See you later.